Greetings, fellow gamers. This is darkfireslide, and it's time for an apology video. I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks, and so here we are. We're not playing this game as like part of a playthrough or anything. I'm just gonna run this in the background while we talk about some things. So first of all, I'm very sorry about not making videos for 2 weeks. I don't know. I just like when I took a break from EU4, I just felt like taking a break from everything really was the way to go, and overall, I think it's worked. I feel very invigorated. I feel like a lot more awake, and I have a lot of video ideas that I've been rolling around in my head for a while that I've been, kind of excited to like, try to actually get out there. So, anyway, now that the apology's out of the way, I really want to say, I'm really sorry to my patrons most of all. My patrons are the people, obviously, who are actually paying me to make YouTube content, and by not making videos, I have failed you, and that is, kind of a breach of contract on my part. And if you are mad enough and you like don't want to support me on Patreon because I didn't make videos for that time, I completely understand. However, those of you who do continue your support, I absolutely appreciate it, because every dime I get, every dollar patron that I get is absolutely amazing, and all of you who are patrons are absolutely awesome. So I just want to thank you, very personally from the bottom of my heart, those of you who are paying me to do this. And then of course I also want to thank everyone who is actually like watching this and also making me money, ad revenue from YouTube. So thank you very much. I want to do YouTube and streaming for a living, and the only reason I haven't started streaming, like actual streaming, not just YouTube Let's Plays, is because I don't have the internet connection to actually do that yet. And hopefully soon, in the near future, like near the end of September, I may be changing living conditions such that I will be able to get new internet that I can actually stream. So those of you who have always been hyped about a Darkfireslide stream, well, guess what? It's probably going to be a thing starting in September. And I just want to talk briefly about like my plan with that. Basically, what I've always wanted to do, kind of from the start of the channel, is that I always wanted to like leave the channel for quality content and make and stream the more like Let's Plays and stuff like that, the things where I can like interact with you guys live. That would be very much the kind of thing I would like to do live, as part of a stream. That would be what I would like to do. But anyway, another thing I'd like to talk about is a bit of a change that I had in mind for the Patreon. I have much less support on Patreon now than I have had in the past when I first opened it. And for those of you who have canceled your subscriptions, I totally understand, because I've been a little bit inconsistent with making videos, and I also don't do as much EU4 content these days. However, all that being said, I am planning on making a change to the model, because it's become evident to me that the rewards for being a patron are just not sufficient. And to be honest, I don't really have any ideas on what kind of rewards I could really like give to people that would really matter for being a patron. So one option that I have in mind is that all patrons are equal. Regardless of how much money you give, you are a patron, you will be treated better. You'll be given priority over people who aren't patrons, but there are no tiers of patrons. Like, either you're a patron or you're not. And I think that's a more fair model. I think that's a better model. But maybe you disagree with me, and if you do about that system, let me know in the comments. Let me know what system you would prefer as a patron. If you've been thinking about a patron, what's been stopping you from doing it, and what kind of system you would like to see if that were implemented. So anyway, enough talk about money and apologies and stuff like that, because now we're going to get to the part of the video that's like hype-tastic, because we're going to talk about a new EU4 series. I am ready to jump back into EU4, and for starters, I want to do something very special for a return to form, and I want you guys to vote on that. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about a new EU4 series. I've got 3 options that I've been rolling around in my head, and I think all of these would be extremely fun. So, please vote as best you can. The most popular comments in this video actually are the ones that I will take into consideration the most, as well as personal messages from my patrons, of course. So I have three ideas. One is playing as Prussia. I have never played as Prussia in any EU4 version ever. I've actually never played as either Brandenburg or the Teutonic Order. I just never got around to it, basically, in about 1,000 hours of play. So, um, as terrible as that is, let's rectify it. Let's play as Prussia for the first time. But I want to take my own unique spin on it, and I want to play a Republican Prussia because I think that's very different from how most people play it, and I think it could be very interesting. Now, number two, the second option, would be the Pirates of Pomerania. Now, for those of you who don't know who Pomerania is, it is a small nation that is actually very close to Brandenburg, who get a bunch of, like, pirate-themed ideas. And so the idea would be to kind of pull a Sweden and just kind of try to take over all the coast, become this massive, like, merchant coastal power on the, on the sea, on the Baltic especially. And it could just be like a lot of fun having like a German like naval power, and eventually we could form Germany as Pomerania, which could be very fun. We could also form Prussia as Pomerania. So let me know what you think of the idea of the Pirates of Pomerania. And lastly, another nation I have never played as, Austria. Austria sounds very fun, and it kind of speaks for itself because you are basically the emperor, and it ties into something else I've never done, which is uniting the HRE under one banner as the Holy Roman Empire proper, not Germany. And I think that could be a really cool campaign as well. So, again, vote in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see the most. Because the comment in this video that gets the most, upvotes, the most comments on that comment will be the one that I choose as the one that we play here. Now, in addition to an EU4 Let's Play, I also want to do another historical game, because it's becoming clear to me that the viewer base I have garnered on this channel is not really well suited to RPGs. And as much as I want to branch out, I don't think I have the audience yet. And so, we're going to do another historical game. And so, I want you guys to let me know if you would rather see something like Mount and Blade, maybe a Total War game, and which Total War game, because I own many of them. As well as the possibility, if you would like to see a wild card, if you would like to see a game like Final Fantasy V, which is what I'm playing right now, let me know, because I also have plenty of other games that I play apart from EU4 and other historical titles. I have very varied interests as a gamer and human being. So anyway, that's all of the official business. If you're here for business, then you can feel free to leave the video. Now, if you want to know what is going on in this game here, this is basically what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. Basically what happened is, one day, during the Steam sale, I saw that a bunch of the Final Fantasy games were on sale, and really, I love the Final Fantasy series as a whole. I think there's a lot of great gaming to be had within Final Fantasy as a series, and in particular, I'm partial to pretty much all of the 2D ones, in addition to Final Fantasy 12. Are the ones that I'm really into. So definitely focus more on gameplay and mechanics than anything else as a gamer in general. But basically I just decided to replay Final Fantasy V on a whim, and I found out something kind of crazy about it. It turns out there's actually a charity event for Final Fantasy V called the 4-Job Fiesta. And pretty much every summer what happens is a Twitter bot that you can tweet will assign you 4 random classes from the game, 4 out of like 20, 30, and rather than being able to mix and match different abilities like you normally can in this game, you instead have to stick to the 4 jobs that you have been assigned for the most part. And pretty much by the end of it, everyone needs to be at least one of the 4 jobs that you got. And so it just creates this really interesting game flow, and it's for a very good cause. I actually forget what the name of it is, though, which is kind of embarrassing, but it's for a good cause, and it's really fun, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And I personally, if you're looking for a very mechanically deep, like, if you don't care that much about story, care more about game mechanics, Final Fantasy V is a very good mechanically deep role-playing game that you've been pretty much watching the entire video. And if that interests you, well, I'm a little late to hit the Steam sale, but maybe put it on your wish list and consider getting it sometime yourself. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. I'm glad I got it under 10 minutes, and let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I'm very excited to get back on track again. And, Godspeed to all of you, and I'll see you on the next one.